Buongiorno, amigos! Welcome back to Mrixel2520 playing Age of Wonders 4. I'm very excited about this new stream. We're gonna play some Baldur's Gate in Age of Wonders 4. Did I say Age of Wonders 3? I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're gonna play some Baldur's Gate 3 in Age of Wonders 4. So 3 divided by 4. We're gonna play some Age of Baldur's 0.75. Sure, that makes sense. Total sense. I am coming off of a cold. I don't feel amazing, but I had the time to record a video, and here we are. Plus, I've been super excited to record this, and I've honestly been wanting to do this setup pretty much ever since Eldritch Realms was announced. I'm like, oh yes, how am I gonna make this work? And this is seeing as though I'm doing another sort of like episode 0, the look behind the curtain, showing up all the stuff I set up. I'm gonna show you how I do that right now. First off, who's this handsome fellow right here? Well, this is gonna be our character. This is gonna be Mrixel, the 2520. He doesn't have horns. Mrixel is the name of my first D&D character way back in the day. He was a tiefling artificer, and you can't play an artificer in vanilla Baldur's Gate. You can kind of like play something similar to an artificer, but it's not a true artificer. So I was a little bit bummed about that. So I decided I will play my artificer somehow, damn it. And this is how I figured out how to do it in Age of Wonders. Excuse me, Age of Wonders 4. Before we start, let me show you the mods I'm running. I am going to pause and then pop back in. Stand by. So here are the mods. Most notably, I took out the shops. I think they just make the game just a little too unbalanced in my favor. And on top of that, I got tired of like literally shopping around every so many rounds. I felt like that was probably boring for people watching too. I was bored doing it. So if I was bored, I gotta imagine people watching it are bored. But we've got a few new ones. Golems are magical origin. I don't know if that's relevant. I just stuck that in there. Everything else I think is pretty much the same. Oh yeah, there's a screenshot. That's not gonna work. Duh. I've installed a few other mods, but I didn't think they were exactly pertinent to this playthrough, so I'm not running them. So don't even worry about it. Alright, back to the game. Whoop! Okay, so what we're gonna do is let's go over here. We're gonna create a new game. Choose your destination. And I've already set up my realm. Baldur starts with a B, so it's gonna be near the top. Baldur's Gate. There it is. How beautiful is that? Look, here's some of my other dudes. I love that little feature. That is such a nice little touch. But I can see some other guys. That's Tezzeret. That's my Boba Fett type character. That's my, I think that's my barbarian dwarf sledge mama. And this is my, pyromancer golem cinder. Anyway, that was not important. None of this is relevant to the game we're about to play. We're gonna select Baldur's Gate. So we've got a river, obviously, because Baldur's Gate is right along the river. Chionthar River, I believe, is the name of it. I'm probably not pronouncing it right. No free cities. Pretty self-explanatory. Mega cities. No, wait. Mega cities. I would like to be able to found more cities, but I didn't think it was really, again, quite the right vibe. This is going to be, everyone's kind of got their own city they're trying to defend, and we'll talk about who are the players in this game in a moment. But also Wonders Past. I like lots of wonders, and I thought the idea of them being sort of like little mini dungeons out in the world made sense. I think I started it on... I did a couple of test runs to see how it looked. Large was too big. I think medium sort of felt about right. 9 players, which is way more than my normal. but this'll just cool your jets. Okay. Yep. Advanced settings. Baldur's Gate. Yep. Game flow. I always set this to normal. I feel like starting with like 4 guys just is really like you can't do anything for like your first 5 or 6 turns because you really need your armies, and it makes those first fights like so like harrowing is the word I want to use, but that's not the word I'm going to use. Okay, we're not going to use a random ruler. We're going to use, and feel free to browse my roster here. We need to go down to Marixel. I went right past him, didn't I? There he is. Marixel Tintinabar. So, he is a tiefling. Can't really make tieflings in this game, so I made him a human. But I used the starting racial transformation mod to make him an infernal spawn. So the second the game loads, it's going to go, hey, do you want to look like the rest of your army? And I'm going to go, yes. And it'll cause him to grow horns, and he'll look the part. He'll have some wings. He still won't have a tail, unfortunately, but so, whatever. And also Reclaimers. Rixel was an artificer, and I'm going to start with an item forge, and hopefully that means I'll be able to build cool stuff. I've never done Reclaimers with an Industrious, so my thought is I can send out scouts, find cool stuff in mountains, through their, what's it called? Not pillaging, their prospecting ability, and then I can just throw it into the item forge and make new stuff. They're adaptable. The tieflings are adaptable. Fast recuperation. Why did I choose that? I don't remember. Maybe because he's an artificer and kind of a support dude? Sure, why not? And defensive tactics. We're going to be on the defensive a lot, because we're kind of on the run. Took Tone of Enchantment, seemed right for an artificer. As well as I just think it's a pretty rock-solid tome. And my emblem, hammers and anvils and little crowns and stars and stuff. And purple is Mrixel's favorite color. So, there we go. Where am I getting the one? Oh, from the Infernal. That, right. Artisan Merchant, that doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to select him. Great. I didn't actually select him. Select. Now, we need to select our bad guys. I'm going to go down to the end for the bad guys. Because in my brain, I think that's going to help me figure out who all needs to be in there. So, Emperor Netherbrain. There he is. He's a friendly looking dude, isn't he? This is one of our big bad evil guys. He's Umbral Disciples, of course. Powerful Evokers. I think that makes sense, right? Arcane Focus. Light-footed. Now, why did I choose that? I don't know. Cold-blooded, sure. I kind of just picked stuff. Tome of Tentacles, of course. Emperor Netherbrain, get in my belly. Next up, and these ones I'm really proud of. I think some of these guys turned out so good. We're not going to play with Astarion, but I got bored, and I just started creating the characters. I think he looks pretty good. He doesn't have the, like, swagger, right, of Astarion, but I think he looks pretty okay. His symbol is the scar on his back. Silver Tongue, Ritual Cannibal, so he can eat stuff. These might be the default elf abilities, which is entirely possible. I may or may not include Barsus Root. I can't decide. I probably should have decided before I started this stream, but I haven't decided yet. Dark Urge, I love this, right? Sort of that split dichotomy, Phantom of the Opera thing. He's also a cannibal, because I haven't played Dark Urge yet. As I understand it, he is canonically a cannibal. He's a scion of evil. He's dark. He's cold-blooded and all this stuff. Oh! Astarion is a barbarian. Why? Because they attack with poison. Savage Strike. I don't know if that makes total sense, but to me that makes sense. Okay, who are we looking for? We got Nether Brain. Enver Gortash. Boop. Get in, dude. I think that doesn't look too bad. That is a handsome young man with a quick smile, or whatever the phraseology is. Didn't know what to name the faction of his. Hope I named his city Worms Crossing, because that was something I thought about. He's feudal. I guess that makes sense. Sure, why not? He's a great builder, silver-tongued. I think that makes sense. Again, I think these are just the default human traits. Race the Flaming Fists. And he also took the Tome of Enchantment, because he's also an artificer in-game. Yeah, he's going to be in there.
Your journey.
Next up, oops, custom. And we're Gortash. There's Gale. I wish you could color change the hat. And his face obviously does not look right. Not one of the better builds. Kind of the best I could do. Kaga, she's gonna come in. She's playing. We're playing with her, but right now I'm just doing the bad guys. Here's Karlak. I think she looks awesome. I think she looks just great. We will not be playing with her, but I think she looks freaking rad. Ketheric Thorm. I think he looks pretty solid. Pretty good. Pretty happy with the way he came out. Chosen Destroyer, Scions of Evil. I gave him some different things than default elf. And I'm okay with this. He's a wizard king. He's a necromancer. Yep. Will be in our game. And you'll notice I gave them the exact same emblem. It's supposed to sort of look like the emblem of the Absolute, which I believe is like a skull overlaid a triangle sort of deal. There's Minthara. I think she looks pretty solid. She might be a little too skinny. But she's got a little goblin army back there. Did I miss anyone? There's Lizelle. I think she turned out great. Same armor as Minthara, but what are you going to do? She's an orc. There's her abilities. No. Who am I looking for? There she is. Orin. I think she turned out pretty awesome. I think she turned out pretty darn good. Now, what are her abilities? She is a barbarian. Also Chosen Destroyers, Devious Watchers, all this stuff. She's sneaky and elusive. I think that makes sense. Underground. I think I named her home city like Sewer or something like that. So she's in. Okay, so there's the villains, the bad guys. And so now I have like these 4 slots for factions who are sort of like, they could be friends, they could be bad guys. We'll see how the game plays out. And one of them is gonna be... I'm reading the list as I'm scrolling. Well, we already said Kaga, right? You can sort of befriend Kaga, sort of not. Should I say spoilers and all this? I don't know. The game's been out for over a year. At this point, if you haven't played it, what are you doing with your life? Sylvan Wolf. She probably should have been Sylvan Snake. Right? 'Cause she had that snake. Should I change that? Dire Bear mounts. Why did I do Dire Bear? No idea. I think she needs to be a snake. Right? Because she has that snake she tries to bite the kiddo with.
What is your people's form?
Primal.
What is their origin?
Serpent.
Culture?
Everything else is going to stay the same.
Defines
Yep.
their society.
Yep.
What is your ruler's origin?
Maybe?
Reveal yourself.
Did I give her a personality? I did. Great. What? Stop.
Your journey
Overwrite.
begins.
Okay. There's Kaga.
Your journey starts here.
I don't like Kaga. She's a jerk lady. Okay, where were we? On red. Raphael Mephistopheles. I didn't have a good last name for him. I read somewhere that he was like a descendant of Mephistopheles. So I'm like, sure, why not? Yep. Let's take a look at him. I just thought big flashy gold armor, and oftentimes lions are sort of associated as like pride leaders of the pack or whatnot. And he has that whole speech about, am I the cat or the mouse? So, yep. That's Raphael Oh, that's a bummer. Who else is using blue? Sure. I didn't really know what colors to pick for him. Give him pukey green? Emperor Netherbrain. Okay, fine. You get... Blech. That's awful.
Your journey starts.
Who's next? Let's go to the end, because I can't remember who else is down here. Here's Will. Not the right horns, but I think this looks pretty decent. I love the big old sword, and I think his outfit looks awesome. Will look pretty good. Blacketh, yes. I think she turned out great. Sort of a lich queen with her eldritch yucky pole, and these are her thingamabobs in the background. Where are they? Githyanki? And their red dragon mounts? Yep, get in there. I don't know if you can actually
starts here.
work with her, but man, the first time I went through the quest dialogue and she just power word killed me, I was like, strong play, alright. Shadowheart, I think she turned out pretty good. Maybe I don't have another guy. Maybe I was planning on doing Barsus route. Scan the Chathra Storm. Did I forget to build one? Yeah, I guess Barsus route is in. Get in, buddy. Halfling, quick reflexes. Yeah. Love it. So the whole idea is these are supposed to be like 4 guys that can help or hinder, and then you definitely have your like 4 opponents. I could have sworn I had one more. So I wasn't so sure about Barsus, and I wasn't so sure about Raphael. Who else would have helped you in the journey? If I could figure out how to make like a bard character, I'd make Alfira, but don't know how to do that. Oh, I should do Volo! That's who I should do! That lovable goofball. Alright, hold on, we're making Volo. Change of plans, Barsus.
Starts here.
Create faction.
What
We're gonna
is
do
your
some
people's
live
form?
faction building. Humans. Sure.
What is their origin?
Mystic. Volo is technically a wizard, even though he seems like a bard. Do I like this or do I like this? Let's go with attunement.
What defines their
He's
society?
a numbskull, so we're gonna give him. He's not ancient or wise. He might be ancient. I don't know how old he is. He is kind of joyous. You know what? No, let's just stick with
What is
Barsus
their
route.
origin culture?
He'll be fine. That'll be just fine. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time building Volo. None of this matters. Game flow. Yep. Okay. Those are our opponents. I'm gonna hit confirm. I'm gonna see if we get a decent starting map location. I usually have to reload once or twice map location, which means I need to plug all this crap in again, but hopefully not. Hopefully I can just hit confirm and we'll start somewhere good. And I hate being like squished in between like 2 or 3 mountains and like nowhere to build to. I hate that. But yeah, we'll see you in the next episode, beginning of Baldur's Gate. Stay tuned.